the starlit sky, our love secret.
Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new here. Over on my channel I do all things decorating, and in the YouTube world fall has definitely already hit, and I always like to do an early decorate with me in this front living room. It's more like a sitting room in our home. I like to decorate it with items I've used last year, some items I picked up towards the end of the fall season, and then before I decorate any more of the house, I like to just see what all I want to use again this year and to donate. Everything I put out this year in my living room looks so cute. I did use a few of the same items I used last year up here, but it's definitely cuter, and we did some updates in here as well that I'll share. But without further ado, let's jump into the decorate with me. And also guys, to give me energy, I filled up this really cute new fall cup from World Market. It's a little leaf one with my Alani, and it's bright pink, so it doesn't really go with, you know, the color scheme. But I try not to drink too many of these because I get like kind of anxious if I drink too much caffeine, but I want the energy to do this decorate with me. I got myself ready, so now I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the fall decorating. Alright, so one thing that's really exciting to me is I changed all the paint color up here. It used to be just white, and I loved that for a long time, but now I'm loving more of like this beigey color, and this color is called Revere Pewter, and we have it throughout our whole home. We have built-ins throughout the house, so we have a built-in very similar with a bench here in the back of our house, and then in our bedroom I painted a bunch of the board and batten this color, so it just helps to warm up the space. And I like how there's a contrast now between the tile and the actual wood. Up here in the front I keep these linen chairs, and then these pillows, which the pillows are this linen color and white, so I just feel like the colors on these sitting chairs flow so perfectly with that. Now as you can see, I have decor everywhere, and I wanted to just run through it really quickly and tell you about a few of the items. If you guys did watch my last year video, I used some of these picture frames. So I used to just do picture frames at the top. Now I'm kind of just sprinkling in, I'm not using all of them, but I got all of these like collage frames from Amazon, which I'll link those for you. And then these prints are all fall related, but with book pages. So I'm kind of doing the same theme I did last year. I loved it so much, with a bunch of just antique books, and then these fall prints with notebook pages in them. And I did share last year that those prints were just downloads from Pinterest, and I made sure that they were the free ones, and then I just printed them from Walgreens. And all you have to do is just type in vintage fall prints, and then somehow these book page ones started showing, and a bunch of them kept being recommended, and I kept downloading a bunch. Well, the year before that I had different type of fall prints, and I had this turkey and a pheasant, which I'm using the pheasant one too. And then over here I have these two little vases kind of staggered together. Now I had these little Target little I don't know if you remember from last year, I got a couple of the Target arrangements. So it was with this little bottom with these little stems, which these stems were the bigger ones, so they went in the bigger one, which is on the other side of the room. I just took them apart because I wanted to use them for candlesticks. I just thought I could use more amber glass, so I did that. I can always put them back together if I want to. I decided to put these little stems. I love them. I love how natural looking they are. So I put some just in this little vase, and this little vase is from Hobby Lobby. I'm sorry my floor is kind of messy, I need to vacuum it. And then this is also from Hobby Lobby. So I just thought those two looked kind of cute staggered together. Over here I have this real gourd, and I got this at an antique store, and I have a couple more on the other side, but these are just so pretty, and normally I'll use these in my kitchen, but this year I'm trying them out here on my shelves. And then I love these Robert Stanley amber glass candle holders, and I believe they have them again this year. They're just stunning. I love them so much. So I have those staggered throughout. And then I don't know if you guys remember, I used these last year and I had real candles in them, and I lit them. Well, they started to kind of like burn a little bit on the top shelves. Like, not bad, like they weren't like, but I could just tell it was getting hot up there. So I'm like, okay, no, even though it's so cozy and pretty to have candles lit, I'm not gonna risk anything. Well, this year I finally caved and got on Amazon and bought a set of 30 of these candles, and they're assorted and they're battery operated. So when they're all lit up, they look stunning. I already tried it all out, and then I took it all down so I can show you how I style it. So I'll link these down below, these candles, but they are amazing. It does initially take a bunch of battery, but it's worth it. And you can use a remote to just turn them on and off. It's so easy. And then also you can see some of the dark shading. I saw people on the reviews say that it made them mad. But if you just adjust them as like, you can't see the dark spots as much, if that makes sense. But honestly, when it's all put up, it blends well. It doesn't really matter. And then I am using this little stack of woven baskets. I see that on shelf styling constantly, but like, you know, the bigger boxes. But I got these from Hobby Lobby, just the medium size and the small. And over here, it's the same thing, Robert Stanley candlestick holders, more amber glass bottles. And you can see I'm just using this little glass bottle as a candlestick holder. I think that's so cute and precious, and leaving some empty. And then here are some items for the lower shelf. On this side, another gourd, and this one's my favorite. I love that it has that black and orange, perfect for back here. And then here's another little gourd, dried gourd, and these ones are just faux, but I thought they looked cute in this bowl. And this was actually from my secret sister at church, and I believe she got it from Beals, my last year's secret sister. We give each other gifts and then we find out who it is. But yeah, I think she told me that it was from Beals. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling, but I did wanna share. I'm going to, instead of make a garland or put a garland on my mantle, I'm gonna make one out of these stems. So I used these in the kitchen last year too. They are the little blackberry stems, which makes sense to use them in the kitchen, but I like that they have like the deep color, almost black, really dark blue black color. So I thought that would tie in all the black up here. And then these are amazing. I highly recommend these, but they're so bendy and they just look so real, and I love the rich color. But yeah, I'll link these down below. They're off of Amazon, and I think that this together makes such a cute faux garland. And then if you've seen any of my videos, I used to have a TV up here. Well, we never watch TV up here anymore. We just use our one in the back room and in our bedroom. And so we've also been trying not to watch so much TV lately anyways. So for now, at least until my kids are in high school and they want to have this room more for themselves, I'll change it up. But for now, isn't this pretty, just putting a mirror up here? I feel like it just elevates the space so much, and it's gonna be so fun to decorate for Christmas too. But this mirror is just from Hobby Lobby, and I moved it from our side table over by the kitchen, so now I need to replace. I wanna find another mirror for that spot. But anyways, let's go ahead and get to decorating the mantle. So another thing I did was just put some tape at the bottom of these candlesticks to kind of help keep them in place so that they're not going wonky. You can see down there all of those candles lit up. Actually, all of them lit up because I used my little remote. But isn't that so convenient? So I'll probably keep them off till the evening and just keep my remote over there on my little tray and then turn them on of an evening, and it just looks so cozy.
Lost in the city lights, our love's electric, right? You make me feel alive. I know July is gone, you make me feel at home in the neon glow. As the leaves change color, I dive into you. When summer's fading, there's nothing to do but bask in the glory of the winter sun. Maybe this is the season of love.
This is just a faux box from Hobby Lobby, and this looks really fake, so I always show this part of it. And I have another faux box on the other side from Hobby Lobby. They have some cute ones, and some girls I follow on YouTube have shared a few cute ones from this year. And those of you, like people who wouldn't know that these are battery operated, probably think I'm going to burn my house down because that's literally inches. So maybe I should try to find a little bit smaller candles for that to look a little bit more realistic, but it's fine for now. Okay, now I'll turn these back on. Look how cute. Love it. Okay, so here's another box. This one doesn't look quite, the green doesn't look quite as bad. Then here's this one from Hobby Lobby. Isn't this one so cute? I love the little pheasant and its little babies. So cute. Now this is a bright red book, and I use these for the 4th of July, red and blue, but you can't tell when it's up here. I'll show you. And I like the books to kind of look thrown up there, not like perfectly together. I know some people, it annoys them that I show the pages, but I feel like the pages look more rustic than the covers. So that's why I personally do it this way. So sorry if it bothers you. Now on that bench, I'm gonna use this Marshall's pillow. It's kind of oversized, extremely soft. I've had this for a couple years and I move it around my house all the time. And then I got a set of these plaid pillows. Look how beautiful these are. I got these at Marshall's last year, so last fall, and I used them in our back living room. But I have one back there and a chair, and then this one up here.
Gets me every time.
And then to cover that little black hinge, not that that looks bad, but I just like to cover it. I'm gonna use this, I think this is either Marshall's or Hobby Lobby, another plushy pumpkin. And then for this bench, I'm using this see-through little crate, metal crate. I got this, what should I say, basket, not crate, I don't know. I got this at Marshall's a couple years ago, and I use it, like I said, throughout the house. It's been in like every room. But anyways, I just got this blanket for my late summer decorating from Hobby Lobby, and it's so pretty. I love the plaid, so I have a mix of different plaids, and I'll show you. I have 3 different plaid blankets right now. Let me show you. Sorry, I'm getting off track, but I have this one from Hobby Lobby. I have, there's my phone, this one from Hobby Lobby, and then I have this one over here that's darker, kind of like this, but that was a garage sale find years ago. So it's just like a darker plaid, but with a little different coloring to it. But mixing those plaids, it just looks so good. I love it. And then in here, more plushy pumpkins, and I used these last year too, and I believe both of these are from Hobby Lobby. Sorry if it's getting dark in here. It actually looks kind of stormy outside, so I feel like I'm losing some light. But yeah, that is all I have over here. It's just very subtle, but gives it a little something. Now, if you guys notice, this wall is completely empty. I recently just repainted it and filled some holes. I'm gonna put my arch cabinet back up here. I am just saving up for a different cabinet I'm gonna put in our back living room. So right now, I mean, I think it's fine just plain. This wall is very busy. I haven't finished my coffee table, which I'll show you. But over here, just pretend like my beautiful black arch cabinet with my books are in there, and that will tie in, of course, with the old wooden book look over here. Okay, and for the coffee table, I've shared this in my last video. I got this when we were in Michigan, just this little book stand, and I can link one that's similar down below, but I found it and I just love it. It's kind of rustic, and it really matches with the shelving. What are you doing? It matches the shelving in our room here. This book I've shared too. This one matches our back living room with the wood stove, but I use this for the spring and summer. It says House of Flowers, but I had mentioned that they have pretty fall photos in here too. So they have this autumn section. It has these really pretty arrangements. So it has all this cute stuff about how to make a floral arrangement with fall florals and all that. You guys should definitely check out this book. But anyways, I thought it would be pretty to just set it out on this page with the pretty wreath and then the word, the autumn writing. Also, this is a new candle. It's a Sand and Fog. I just got it. It has a really kind of cheap looking lid. It had like the pumpkins and just like the bright colors, just not my style. But I wasn't gonna use the lid anyway. So it says Sand and Fog Autumn Harvest. And it smells like your typical fall candle. It smells so good. I just like that it's the dark jar. And then thank you. And this is my little candle snuffer I recently picked up. So I kind of just have that here on this tray is actually from Walmart. And it's just like a deeper gold color. And I just think it looks really classic. So I like that up here. I just found this book. I think this was one of my husband's books, but it's orange and brown. The Brass Verdict. I don't know. But I'm just using it up here. And then also, this is my new vase. I got this vase from Hobby Lobby recently. I showed it in my last video. And then inside of it, I have more of those blackberry stems and then the rest of those Hearth and Hand ones that came out of that other amber glass jar that I was talking about. But I just feel like it looks really neutral and still kind of goes with the mantle, but it's not too, let me show you. It's just not too matchy. So I feel like if I would have put one of the orange stems in there, it'd be too matchy. And then I got these last year too, these little gold coasters. I thought these were really pretty. So I'm gonna set these right next to the arrangement. And then that's everything pretty much for the coffee table.
Beneath the starlit sky, our love's secret line, like leaves we soar so high.
Okay guys, so like I said, I had to shut the door. It's raining now. I'm losing a little bit of light, but I brought this little coat rack back up from the basement. I had it down there holding a bunch of my husband's like Carhartt coats, but I just hung those up in our closet. Anyways, I think it looks cute, kind of draped by this Hobby Lobby mirror that I painted gold. And then on it, I'm gonna place this hat I decorate with a lot. It's really cute. But anyways, this type of hat reminds me of fall. And then the cutest cardigan, I think I got this from Marshall's a few years ago. And then one of my everyday purses, this little black DKNY one. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put it on here.
It's gone. You make me feel at home in the neon glow as the leaves change.
So I think this just looks really cute and casual, just kind of thrown there. But I felt like there needed to be something else next to this big mirror. It's always hard to show this door because it gets super dark. I did something like this last year, but with different hydrangeas. I had all of these cone-shaped ones in our master bedroom last year. I normally will just cut them, use them for decor, and then throw them out around, you know, when I start decorating for Christmas. But these ones were so pretty, like some of the burgundy ones. I thought, you know what, I should try to keep those and reuse them next year. And I didn't have high hopes that they would still look good. You guys, these look so good. So if you have anyone that has hydrangeas in their yard that are willing to give you some, you should definitely decorate with them in your home. I love them, and you can keep them year after year if you're just careful when storing them. Or like if you have your own hydrangeas, these are just a perfect way to bring in fall for no money. But also these can, I don't know, I mean, I've heard that they can be poisonous to animals, cats, dogs. Well, we have cats in the house. I like to keep these hydrangeas somewhere where my cats won't be, you know, like gnawing on them. So on this door, they're fine. I've used these for years, and so far my cats seem fine. We have dogs. They go around them all the time outside. We don't have any issues, but let me know if you've heard of that. So definitely beware if you have animals. I don't want to tell you to bring these in and then it hurt one of your animals. So I'm just gonna let you know that. But this just helps to break up all the black on the door, and I love this hanging basket. But I just absolutely love this little cozy room. It feels so relaxing to just sit in here. Sometimes if I want just quiet, I'll come in here, and my cats love to lounge on these little sitting chairs. But I just found those on Facebook Marketplace, and this used to be our main living room, the room that we used constantly until we did our addition off the back of our house. So now this is more just a pretty room that I get to decorate with. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. All right, friends, so that is everything for today's Decorate With Me. I have a lot more in store for you for the fall season. I know it hasn't even started. I don't think it's fall until September, right? But in August, I like to do all of my decorating. I like to gather up all my items. So I haven't even hit up the stores yet for fall. and I have so many items on my list I would like to get, and of course donate a bunch of the old fall things I'm not using. A lot of you ask what I do with all this decor I have. I have a good organized system out in our garage, but I also like to filter through a lot of our decor and try to stay up with what's in and what I'm loving. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching if you stayed for the whole video, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a wonderful and blessed day.
Beneath the stars.